What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video. In this one, I want to touch a little bit here on the breaking news about Rex Burkhead. Now, this was a situation I kind of figured was going to be as soon as we heard about Rex Burkhead, but I did want to wait to make this video just until it was 100% confirmed. So now that it is 100% confirmed, MRIs did confirm this for Burkhead. Patriots running back Rex Burkhead has torn his ACL and will be out for the remainder of the 2020 season. So this happened in the beginning of the third quarter. Rex Burkhead was getting a handoff here from Cam Newton. He threw the ball off. He was running left, and Bradley Roby, the Texans player, came and just blew up Rex Burkhead's knee. When I say that, I mean Bradley Roby was not tackling Rex Burkhead. Bradley Roby's full force, his head, his shoulders, was going straight into Rex Burkhead's knee. Now, is that to say that he meant it on purpose? I'm sure he didn't. Of course, Texans guys were like all pumped up after the play, but I'm sure nobody knew what was going on with Rex Burkhead until, constant commercial breaks had to occur because they had to get the card out for Rex Burkhead's Patriots players, Patriots coaches, Texans players were all taking knees in honor of Rex Burkhead because the injury was just that serious. Now, obviously, Rex Burkhead was not able to return that game. The Patriots immediately made sure that he was listed as out, not questionable to return. Because of that, we knew that this was most likely an injury that was going to keep him out for the remainder of the season. Interestingly enough, Rex Burkhead also did not go back with the Patriots. He didn't fly back with the Patriots. He actually He actually had stayed in Houston and was going to fly back the following day. So it seemed like this injury was worse, that Rex Burkhead really was not even able to return with the team. He had to stay in Houston for another day. Now, for anyone that for some reason would not believe that Burkhead is out for the season, he did confirm this himself on Instagram. He posted a picture and he said, and I quote, "Appreciate the support and all that have reached out over the past couple of days. Looking forward to attacking the process and coming back better than ever in 2021. Pats fans, let's keep in mind that Rex Burkhead is a free agent at the end of this season, meaning that we don't know where he's going to end up. In 2021, he could come back and come with the Patriots. He can come back and go with another team. We just don't know what is going to happen at this current time. Rex Burkhead looked like he was on for a career season, which we'll get into in a little bit, statistics and what he brought to the team. But now that he's in his 30s, he's coming off of a season-ending injury, an ACL injury that is happening late into the season. This is an injury that easily, if this happened in even August or July, this would have kept him out the entire season. So will he even be ready for next season, the start of next season? Will he be ready for the offseason when off-season training happens? We're just going to see how he progresses, but my prediction right now is going to be no, at least for the start of off-season programs. So I think teams are going to be hesitant on giving Rex Burkhead a big deal or a long-term deal. I don't think he's going to be a guy that goes the first day or two of free agency. So the Patriots, if they want to bring him back, could potentially get a bargain deal for Rex Burkhead. Again, him being in his 30s, coming off a season-ending injury, teams are going to be very hesitant about that, especially because it's that running back, a position that is very, very full in the NFL. Now, coming into Sunday's game, Rex Burkhead had 63 rushes for 267 yards and 3 touchdowns to go along with 23 receptions for 187 yards and 3 touchdowns. He has been the literal aspect of a veteran for the Patriots over the course of this season. He's been a guy that they've been able to rely on. Because of him, the Patriots have won several games. I even think that this year, he has been a bigger piece to this team than James White has been to this team. Whether it was him running the ball or whether it was him being a receiver, which it seemed like 90% of the time was the great part here about Rex Burkhead. He had Cam Newton's trust. We saw a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was against the Baltimore Ravens, when Jacoby Myers had threw a pass downfield. Rex Burkhead made a spectacular catch. This is really a huge loss to the Pats that is going to be hard to come back from, just because I don't see anybody that really has the ability that Rex Burkhead does. Now on the Patriots depth chart, they have Damian Harris, James White, Sony Michel, and J.J. Taylor. Sony Michel was inactive this past week, was a healthy scratch. I'd imagine that coming into next week, now that Rex Burkhead is out for the season, the Patriots are going to roll with Sony Michel on the active roster or J.J. Taylor. I believe it's going to be Sony Michel, although I would prefer to see more of J.J. Taylor just because I think he's going to bring more of that spark in the running game that the Patriots need than Sony Michel is going to bring. But from a veteran presence, from an experienced presence, the Patriots 100%, Belichick, they're going to roll with Sony. Now, what this means essentially is that guys like Damian Harris, they're going to have to step up. He's been dealing with an injury. Last week's snap count was down, probably because they're trying to preserve him from that injury that he faced against, I believe it was the Jets. But he's going to have to step up even more. They're going to have to try to figure that out with this whole injury situation. But the biggest guy here on my list that's going to have to step up is James White. James White has the ability to fill Rex Burkhead's role. I mean, I look at the entire depth chart, and James White is the only guy that's going to be able to do that. I think that he's a different rusher in the running game, but when it comes to a receiving aspect, a receiving running back out of the backfield, or a guy that they want to line up left or line up right and go down the field, James White is the only guy that can do that. We've seen several times that James White is an excellent passing running back in this league. He's really a wide receiver just in that running back role. So they're going to have to really use James White a lot more now that Rex Burkhead is out of the question mark. Now, guys, real quick, NFL football does continue on this week, which does have a few surprise teams at the top of the standings, and you might not be able to be at a game this year, as we all know, but you can still get in with all of the action at BetOnline. Now, no matter how schedules change or players that play, BetOnline is going the extra mile to make sure that you get in on everything imaginable for this season with the fastest updated odds in the industry. And there are always more options to wager than anywhere online. All you got to do is head to BetOnline today and take advantage of all of the great mid-season signing bonuses, offers, and contests. Again, that is BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. So essentially, guys, this is just a huge blow to the Pats offense, something that the Patriots really needed. They could not take any more blows offensively, and sadly, they took one that was extremely important. There's really no positives to take away here, except for maybe this means that they can get him back in the postseason in free agency if they do decide to do so. And of course, let's also keep in mind this is a give me, but this will free up a roster spot once they place him on the injured reserve. I don't see them signing another running back. I think that they'll roll with just that Damian Harris, James White, Sony Michel, J.J. Taylor. Maybe this means somebody like J.J. Taylor is presented on the active roster along with someone like Sony Michel. We'll just have to see how Belichick decides to roll with it. And we'll just have to see what Belichick decides to do now with that open roster spot. But guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Rex Burkhead out for the season with a torn ACL. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.